3, 2.
Heart of the Dot is all about our Black community, bringing the peace, positivity, and unity, giving our Dot people love and opportunity, shedding good light with my girl Chrissy MC.
Head up, toes down, with your chest out, fist out, stand proud, it's the time now. Don't die down, we some soldiers, we gon' lie down. We ride now, Heart of the Dot, yeah, we out.
This the Heart of the Dot, we climbing to the top. This the Heart of the Dot, the #1 spot. This the Heart of the Dot, we climbing to the top, the #1 spot. Ayy. This the Heart of the Dot, we climbing to the top. This the Heart of the Dot, the #1 spot. This the Heart of the Dot, we climbing to the top, the #1 spot. Ayy. Chrissy, me, Heart of the Dot. Ayy, ayy, ayy.
Get it ripped tonight. R.I.P. that. She is. Listen, this is what we got today, y'all. It is Pride Month, so we are having a panel today in regards to the LGBTQ community. I will let these two individuals introduce themselves, starting with you.
Hello everyone, I am Jazzy. I am the creator of Queendom Pop. So if you need some K-Pops, holla at your girl.
And they fire.
Okay.
Supporter right here.
Ooh. Look, I think I've had a K-Pop. You might have.
From Queendom Pop, though.
From Queendom Pop. What the function was.
It'll be a nice function, ain't gonna be there.
And now let's just go real good.
What's up, everybody? I'm Brian, also known as Teddy B. You know, the Teddy Bear KC, the singing Teddy Bear.
Okay.
KC. You can also catch me in Missy B's every Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday for karaoke. But that's it.
I'm gonna have to slide because you really be having it hype.
It be hype. It be hype. It be hype.
Okay, so we are gonna start with a quick LGBTQ trivia with you all.
Can I answer?
Let's do it, sis.
Right.
So, question number 1. What is the name of Raven Simone's wife? Is it A, Miranda Behrman Madej? Is it B, Miranda Bishop? Or is it C, Miranda K. Fields?
Well, I would have to say this on behalf of the LGBT community. We don't accept Raven.
Period.
Oh,
Okay, I don't know that. So,
give tea. What happened?
I have to take a second.
But I believe the answer is B.
Well, the answer is A. It's Miranda Behrman.
That just got my shot.
I was like, it's one of them long, man. I feel like her wife got like 50 names.
We don't accept the LGBT community, and we don't accept the black community.
I know she ain't black.
Because
She down here like,
Raven was my girl.
I know Raven done messed up the way. I didn't know what the answer said. I still been watching that. So Raven, I'm just saying.
Because
You know, Raven coming home, make none of that.
real stuff like, come on now, if you mess up in a black community, baby, just because you switch communities don't mean we go accept you in this one.
Okay.
Like it's your
because you still is black.
Yeah,
Don't just try to act
your
like
morals, it's your morals, it's your standards and everything you stand for. That went all the way out the window.
Right.
It's enough for me.
Yeah, and then just going over to the LGBT community. Okay, move your black
What is the real name of Uncle Clifford from P Valley? Do we accept Uncle Clifford?
Yeah, we accept Uncle Clifford.
Alright, so is it A, J. Alphonse Nicholson? Is it B, Tyler Leckley? Or is it C, Nico Enid?
None of those names fit.
Hey.
I don't like them.
Hey.
Give them some more.
Look, okay. Is it A, J. Alphonse Nicholson, B, Tyler Leckley, or C, Nico Enid?
I feel like his mama gave him a rule. I'm gonna go with Nico.
You are correct. It is
Wow.
Nico. J. Alphonse.
So what year did celebrity Kaylin Allen, who is right here from Kansas City, Kansas, get invited on the Ellen Show and received a job interview from Ellen? Was it A, 2016, B, 2018, or C, 2017? How well do you know your boy?
Kaylin.
18. I feel like 18. Yeah, I feel like 18.
What are you giving?
18 wasn't the answer, was it?
Yeah.
20.
She did it
16,
backwards.
17, 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she kind of trying to throw y'all off. Right.
No, Kaylin was on for a minute.
But she said a job offer to
Oh,
Ellen.
the job offer, okay.
Yeah.
'Cause she
Right,
was
like, get the facts straight. Y'all are correct. Okay. Love you, Kaylin Allen. He's really like, I was looking up how much he's worth. I was like, oh my God, wow.
I actually known him since elementary.
Wow, that's crazy.
20 plus years. We know.
A little bit. We almost started with you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, last question. What is the real name of American drag queen RuPaul? Is it A, RuPaul Michael George, B, RuPaul Andre Charles, or C, RuPaul David Jones?
RuPaul Andre Charles.
Yeah.
He said that. What's the show?
It just sound good. Oh, yeah.
RuPaul's Drag
The
Race.
Drag Race, yeah.
Yes. I'm like, what is the name of the damn show?
Right.
RuPaul's Drag Race. Yeah. Okay.
One of my best friends was on there. I don't know if y'all have seen season 11, but Widow Vandu.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was on there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you was famous.
Yeah.
Once you know a famous person,
Amplifying and all them and
Okay.
then I think
Erica Badu.
But you know, once the celebrity respond back to you, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
yeah. And if I ever meet Erica, I'd be like, yeah, I was the one that said your son is an individual to everything.
So y'all can have that official.
Yeah. That was me. It was me, actually. Nobody else.
Look, if you felt that.
Yeah. They want to say it was him. It was me. Yes.
It was Kristen and Steve.
Yeah. And she's fine.
You want to see? I took it. No, you got it. Screenshot. Just wait.
Exactly.
All right, so we are going to get into the discussion with you all, okay? Thank you all for being here with us and joining us on this segment. So, what does it mean being a part of the LGBT community to you?
Now I guess that I've like kind of fully accepted being into it. It definitely means like a breath of fresh air for me, like being free, like being able to just be me and not even think about it anymore.
Right.
Like, you know, yeah, because before it's kind of like, oh dang, like what you gonna post, how I'm gonna move, how I'm gonna do, you know what I mean? Just because that's what you're used to. Right. You know, so now it's kind of like that I've been out, like it's kind of like you just slowly transition into something else. So peace. Yeah. And it just actually being like, hey, this how people feel, like how people been feeling, like okay, like I feel that. So like you said, like at peace. Like it's like this is where I'm at, this is where I belong.
Yeah, definitely for me, I would have to agree with Jazz. Like it's definitely more peaceful on as far as a mental state. Because first coming out, it's like, oh my God, what are they gonna say?
Right.
What are they gonna think? What are my friends gonna think who've been knowing me for years and everything? But actually coming out and being part of the LGBTQ plus community, it's just freedom.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm no longer constricted to who I used to be, and who I was afraid to be.
Right.
So yeah, just peace, freedom. And a different type of way of expression. So that's what it is.
And it's a thing that never stops too though. Like you're always thinking about, just like y'all always thinking about like, hey, what is this person thinking? Like, yeah, but as you just get But that's like the thing, it never stops. Like you're always like, okay, what about the job? What about should I post this? Should I post that? Okay, what about my partner? What about this? Well, you know, it's always, but you care less and less. Like the way that you, like he said, it's all a mental thing. So the way that you think about it and the way that you move about it becomes different. So you like, after a while, you just like, okay, well, you feel how you feel, that make you uncomfortable, cool. Well, that's you. I'm not uncomfortable.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, because that is more important, like you said, than making somebody else feel comfortable and then restricting your own self.
Right.
At the same time, it's just like, they like, yeah, when you gonna bring your husband? And you like,
never.
Well, wouldn't you like to know?
I'll have you know.
Right.
It's gonna be our first bit number.
Right. There you go.
Okay, so what would you guys say? So you said plus. I want to ask that, and then I'll have my question.
Okay.
What was the plus part?
Okay, so you
Can
got
you please
L.
give us all the letter definition?
Yeah, it's a lot.
I know.
That's why I call it the alphabet mafia, because they got one for every.
And then after to answer that question, can you please explain what pansexual is? Because I'm really trying.
Yes.
Okay. I'm
Yes.
really
Like
trying.
you pansexual. She
like that and then just everything because it's so many.
Yeah, no problem. So LGBTQIA plus, you know, you got the lesbian, L, G, gay, B, bisexual, LGBT, T, transsexual, Q, queer, I, intersexual, A, asexual. Yeah.
Asexual means you have sex with yourself.
No, actually, asexual is you're interested in the person, but you're not interested in the sex for the person.
Okay.
So you're not interested in sex. You're just
So you're
interested in that
love,
person.
strictly for love.
But isn't that what pansexual is?
No, actually, pansexual is I love who I love.
Yeah. But pansexual is more so like you don't care if they're like gay, bisexual, trans, like queer, like you just for like you said, like you love people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a whole alphabet, girl.
Yeah, y'all got your own little ABC.
How did y'all feel when people started putting pedophiles in that?
That was not.
Yeah.
That was not.
Like, when nobody finna say LGBTQP.
Right. No, definitely not.
Yeah, you need to go slide that in there.
Never. That's not acceptable. Ever will be.
And I don't know why, like, what about this community says maybe we should slide all in there? Like, no, so you're
That's because
in
I
jail.
feel like sometimes people get lost.
Categories.
Yeah, but a lot of people get lost in trying to be so exclusive and inclusive. Like it's over too much. Like it's just like, okay, some people just.
But you literally don't
like, you just, you know what I mean?
That sexual preference is a sickness.
Right.
Yeah.
But some people don't think that. So that's also the other thing. Like people want to include everybody, literally everybody, but people are just like, no, not that.
And the crazy part about it is that wasn't even brought up by the gay community. That was something somebody wanted to throw in there.
Exactly.
For one to be funny, and two, it literally have people accept that sickness, like you said. It's a community. No, we don't accept that.
Because it's like, well, we don't really like them anyway, so we're gonna throw some pedophiles in there with them too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's like,
Yeah.
we don't support it anyway, so yeah, they nasty too. Like that's how people do
That
that.
makes sense. Well, there you have it. Pedophiles. Go to jail. Okay. Purr. Big purr. And the purr is for pedophile.
Right.
Alright. So, I be getting mad sometimes. So, what would you say is the biggest assumption about the LGBTQ community that you guys would like to just kind of clear up or just stop the rumors?
Okay, of course.
Yeah, go ahead.
The biggest assumption in the LGBT community is that everybody has HIV/AIDS. Let me tell you something.
I
That is
don't.
not true, because
But get tested though.
yes,
That is
get
for real.
tested.
Get
Please.
tested.
Get tested. Take your PrEP. Do what you got to do to prevent.
Be healthy about
But
it.
yeah. No, everybody doesn't have HIV. Everybody doesn't have AIDS. So please, for all you naysayers, all you onlookers and in between, stop saying that everybody that's gay, bi, whatever you want to classify yourself as, got HIV, because baby, that's not it. Ugh.
And also,
Yeah, that. I'm glad Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I be like,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's one of those things you just naturally do because it's like, okay, once you know somebody gay, like you just assume
I hate that.
everybody that they walk into is like you sleeping with them, you talking to them, like you and they your partner, like
exactly. Yeah, that is okay.
Look, stop
Y'all
it.
check me on that. I'll be like,
But the thing of it is, if you know the person, even if you don't, my thing is ask. I've always been the type of person, if you want to know something about me, just ask.
Right.
Give me the right and the privilege to either answer you or not.
Exactly.
But don't make your own assumption like, oh, that came in here with woo, and she bow, bow, bow. Like, no, that's not.
Yeah.
They, like, if I came up with somebody with y'all, like, you know what I'm saying?
like they doing a threesome.
Yeah, like, you know, like, you just cool, we friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't mean because I come with y'all that, like, we doing anything like that.
And it is ignorant in a way of assuming that that you can't just have friends.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very ignorant, especially for the ones you grew up with. But I'm gonna say that later.
Right.
And whoever the hell you is.
You know your name. You know your name.
Ladies, I came today, all right?
Okay.
Okay, so at what age did y'all pretty much realize that y'all were attracted to the same sex?
You can go first with that, man.
Look, I'm quick. For me, it honestly started when I went to college. Just because I was able to be in a different environment with new people who didn't know me. So it was easier to be like, not even necessarily say like, oh, I'm a lesbian, or because even at that time, I was still figuring out what I like, what I wanted, you know what I mean? So for me, that's when I started like being like, okay, well, I can pull a little bit of this out, but not too much. Like I'm still home, but I ain't, you know, I'm far away, but I, you know, okay, the name still carries, you know.
Right.
But it's like I was able to be more comfortable, and when I went to college, kind of people already assume that anyway. So it was like when people, I'm the type of person, like I said, ask me. So when people would ask me, I would be like, you know, I just really like people. You know what? But that was my answer because. But at the time, I honestly didn't know. Like I honestly didn't know if I was pansexual or a lesbian or gay, like bisexual. I didn't know. So I would just, people would ask me and I was like, you know what, I just like people right now.
Yeah.
Like I go with what I go with. If I'm comfortable with you, if I'm comfortable with you, cool.
Right.
But I didn't know that. So at that time, that's when I just started just kind of building how I wanted to.
Right.
And just creating my life, recreating it for me as an adult. So that's when it happened for me.
Okay.
At what age? I actually didn't get the opportunity to choose at what age that I would like male or female because at a young age I was molested. You know, preteen was rape. You know, so that whole choosing whether I want a female or a male, molested by a female or her daughter, raped by a cousin, a male cousin. You know, so. That whole growing up, do I like females, do I like males, do I like females, do I like males? I didn't know because so many things attracted me about a female, so many things attracted by a male. But growing up in society, of course I chose female because growing up in church, that's the right way, you know, to go ahead and go about that and everything. But to fully accept myself, what age I would have to say? I would have to say 26. When I was 26, because that's when the divorce came, you know, and I really,
But you know what?
yeah, I was. But no, But no, like, but yeah, I have to say 26. It's an old story behind it, but yeah.
Okay, cool.
But
that just goes to show you like everybody has their own journey.
Exactly.
Like it's the same, but it
Yeah.
Like it really does, and people. That's also what people don't understand.
Because I feel like when people, I think that sometimes some people in the LGBTQ community will always try to be like, you know, from the time you're born, like,
Right. But some people don't.
yes,
Some people
exactly.
don't.
Some people don't know that because it's based off of, like you said, different experiences
Your
that you
environment.
had, your environment, exactly. So maybe one day I done grew up and never had an experience with a woman, and then a girl put some titties in my face, and I'm like,
I kind of like that.
you know what? Well, I like to get my lips. That was very deep, and like you said, it's not always a sexual encounter.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes you just have those moments. Maybe you in the room with your friend, and maybe he got a big dick too. I'm sorry. I know some of my friends is gay. Y'all need to tell me. I know you can see your friends dick. I support you.
For real. She said no, for real. We will support y'all, for real.
I'm gonna come back and say, because there was a whole big thing saying when the Jussie Smollett stuff came out, and of course he turned out to be lying, but it started this big old conversation on Twitter of Black Lives Matter and Gay Black Lives Matter. And do you guys feel like there's a difference between Black lives and Gay Black lives, or do you just see it like we are Black, we all have the same issues, or you know, what is the difference, or if there is one to you guys?
I would like to say that it's the same, but I do believe that it's completely different. Because Black Lives Matter is solely based upon the issues that we have faced since slavery, on trying to get freedom of speech, freedom of rights, freedom of everything that we deserve, that we know that we had, you know, versus gay Black lives. Now, not only are we fighting for the issues in slavery or whatever, but now we're fighting for our rights to be
Human.
to be human. Because gays are looked upon as like we're aliens or we're filth or anything like that. And it's not that at all. You know, so now dealing with gay Black Lives Matter, we're also dealing with our sexual preferences.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a big thing in the world today. It's a big thing in society.
I think Black Lives Matter is more so about police brutality too, versus gay Black lives or whatever the term was. Is more so, like he said, is more so your sexuality and what people fear about that, and you being different. Not to say that that's also, like he said, it's also a fine line between both of them. Like, because even with Black Lives Matter, it's the same thing. Like, you're being discriminated against for your color, for who you are. So it's the same thing with the LGBT plus community. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're being discriminated against. So they're the same, but they're also different in their own entity as well.
I don't think that it should be used, and also I do not represent the LGBTQ or Black Lives Matter groups, because Black Lives Matter is by white people now, so not representative. But I don't think that they should. I feel like it's more so it has become like we're fighting against each other, like
Right.
Black Lives Matter and Gay Black Lives Matter. And even though these issues do come down, like it is definitely about educating people more about the gay community, so that all of this can stop being said. But at the same time, like I feel like in the sense of the Black Lives Matter and the police brutality, it should just be Gay Lives Matter than gay lives, because your sexual preference does not, and it's not, you know, I'm not speaking to you guys directly, but your sexual preference does not take away from your Blackness.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you being gay, and again, I don't know, but I don't feel like if somebody was to just walk up to you, not hear you talk, not hear you nothing, they would still see a Black person,
Right.
and you would still be treated as such.
Absolutely.
Yes, I hate seeing people try to put up against, Black lives, okay, well, what about gay Black lives? Like, well, first of all, y'all Black. You know what I'm
First of all,
saying?
you don't like that
It's really ignorant.
Yeah,
Like, it's really ignorant because you don't have to single out, okay, Black Lives Matter, okay, cool. You know, Black gay lives, no, come on.
Yeah, 'cause then we
All
could be like,
one.
And all gay lives are Black.
Like, that's
Exactly.
the other thing.
So you can't even be like that either.
exactly, because experiences based on your sexual preference isn't even gonna come from your race. I mean, just from your race, it's gonna come from what you choose. Exactly. So, yeah, I would like, that is something that I would like to see stop, is the fighting between
the division.
Exactly, because we don't have and that is just another division in the black community that we don't need.
Something that
And we don't need. Exactly.
I just feel like it's a struggle for the homophobes, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what brings that divide where it's like, no, it's Black Lives Matter, there ain't no gay lives matter. Y'all like, no, it's gay lives matter. You know what I'm saying? That's annoying, that's very annoying.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. I hate the word homophobic because I feel like people use it for everything. You know what I'm saying? If I have something that I disagree with, I'm automatically a homophobe. Like, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? I don't have to agree with everything that is happening, and then for me to respect the gay community. You know what I mean?
This is something, I'm gonna read something. This is what we're doing. Shout out to my cousin who lives in Florida first.
She called me
David,
He made a status and said, I wish people would stop calling it homophobia. Phobias are fears.
Oh my God.
You're not afraid of gay people, you are against gay people. So you're anti-gay.
Yeah.
That is it.
So
when you
I
look
like
up
that,
homophobia, literally, it has a completely different, oh man, what is that? Yeah, definition. Where's my brain? It has a completely different definition than any other phobia.
Right.
That you look up the definition of, and it's just like, and that's what the definition of homophobia is the dislike or disagreeing with anything that is homosexual. And I don't think that that's fair. Like, that's taking away people's freedom of speech.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we should all be able to have conversations, be cool,
And be
but still
respectful.
still have opposing opinions. Like, you can't tell me, oh yeah, you just don't like gay people because
It's like, why?
Yeah, why don't I like gay people? Like, okay, for instance, it be the stuff like this. I'm a woman. I do not want to, and I don't want to be sexual with a man who has sex with men. That doesn't make me homophobe. Do you think that makes
That's your
yes, exactly. But in 2021,
You gotta accept everybody.
Honestly, that's because everybody feel like they're entitled to freedom of speech, which they are, but they just want to input on something to make themselves feel validated.
Yeah, that's how Twitter is definitely a lot about it. Cause I just be reading this like, what are y'all talking about?
Because some people just want to like say what they have to say, they don't care what you got.
Yeah, because
that's not how it works.
exactly.
That's not how a conversation happens.
Yeah. So thanks, guys.
For all that clarity.
Because I be hating that word and the way that it is used against everything. And it's like, come on, we
That's
should be
not
able
it.
to have different opinions about stuff.
And people
Without you
do
telling me
that.
that I hate you and everything like you. Like, no, no. And you don't know my own experience. Like,
So how has y'all experience been coming out? Well, what was your experience like coming out, and how do you feel like people, as far as like your family and your friends, have accepted you?
Okay, well, I guess I'll tell you. So, my coming out experience was very untraditional in a sense of I didn't make like one big post and be like, this is who I am. Like, I didn't do any of that. So I came out in 2013, and it was really to my close friends first. Like people, you know, that I talk to every day, like that I'm comfortable with, just to see how they would do.
Right.
And like I said, it's a thing that if people ask me, I'll be like, yes, I'm gay. But I wasn't going around because also I was still trying to figure out my definition, which letter I was, you know, well, for real, because you gotta be, you don't have to, like, because I still go like as a no label sometimes too, because sometimes it's just too complicated to explain to people.
Right.
Well, that's what it was when I didn't understand and I didn't know what I identified as. So for me, for a long time, it was just like, okay, well, I can tell my close friends, like, you know, I'm talking to this girl or I'm dating this girl, but it wasn't like, okay, Jack, we dating a girl, like, woo-hoo. Like, it wasn't none of that. It was just like, okay, this is what you're doing. Okay, cool. So I was also figuring that out. And people that I were talking to also weren't out in the community either. So it was easier to be like, okay, well, I'm talking to you, you talking to me, but we don't have to be out here on social media. Yeah, like we're still figuring it out. But as I got older in that, I decided that I didn't want a partner who was still figuring that out. That was my preference.
Yeah.
Because it's like, not that I don't want to reach back and help somebody, or that I'm not trying to support somebody, but that's just not where I'm at anymore. So it's like, if you ain't ready, and not to say I'm the type of person that's going to be like, oh, this on social media, like, I'm not like that either.
But I want to be able to.
I want to be free.
Yeah.
I want to be open to be like, okay, well, we don't have to, we can still be private, like, but we can post how we want to, move how we want to, and not
tiptoeing around.
Yeah, not tiptoeing around and having to think about it.
Right.
So I was with a small bubble of friends for a while. But then once I got into an actual relationship with someone that was out in public and, you know, they was doing their own thing, cool. So that's when it came out, like last year on Facebook. So a lot of people were like, oh, bitch, that one had but again, like it wasn't a big thing. It was just like, okay, Jasmine is in a relationship with so-and-so. Like, okay, cool. But a lot of people, even when I told them, they weren't shocked.
Because y'all, that was boyfriend and girlfriend in high school.
Yeah.
That's still my baby daddy. So that's how it happened. So a lot of my friends and family like were obviously upset, you know, that they found out like on social media. But at that point, I just felt like I told who I wanted to tell.
But what would you have? You're upset
But my
about
thing
social
is-
media. What would you have said if I told
There
you?
you go. There you go. So it's like regardless of how you found out, you know.
You know. Right.
So the way that you treat me after is what's important.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter. But like I said, I didn't put it on social media to be like, here I am. Like it was just like, okay, I'm in a relationship with this girl. Okay, cool. Let's keep it moving. But a lot of people that I told were like, okay.
Yeah.
They were like, we just waiting on you to say something.
Right.
Like, that's how you know.
That's how you had an idea, but
Like,
that's
some
how you
people
know.
were like overly excited. Like, some people like got emotional about it. And other people were just like, okay, like I love you regardless. Like, so at that point, I was just like, oh, well, cool. Like, I'm comfortable because at that point, I had got through all of that, so I didn't have to go through the traditional box of being like, okay, well, I put this on social media. Like, I don't know what people are gonna think. Like, nobody knows. Like, everybody was just kind of like, okay, girl, like, well, but we did.
Right.
But we
Because I wasn't surprised with me either. I'm like, oh, I can really be dancing at the same time.
Y'all did used to date, and so I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But then, like, as the years went by, we got out of school. I'm like, okay, she done became real tomboy.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, he's married, so
Right.
what is going on here? But things happen, okay. You know, we don't know people's background.
Actually forced to come out.
Which is not okay. Outing people. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Was that like a few years ago on social media with going through the divorce
Yeah.
thing? Okay.
Yeah.
So that was very
Because
good.
I missed that too. So.
I think I saw a little bit of that, and I was like,
I was getting calls.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. Like she outed me or whatever. You know, we're actually good now, cool or whatever. But
Right, for real. Don't do that.
Jasmine was good.
That's how it look.
There was so many people who was like, "Are you serious? Why she do that?"
Yeah.
You know, and then I got like, I'll tell you, at least over 200 inboxes from so many people who I didn't even talk to no more,
From
who
elementary
saw it and everything from elementary on up.
For real.
I'm like, God, let me tell you how you know.
The one time to even feel like you want to comment. So is this true, Brian? Like me?
Right. Nosy.
Yeah.
Being nosy.
Well, the content that was posted was false, but actually me talking to another man, yes, that was true, you know. But yeah, like all sports and everything, and I had to deal with the mental battle of how are people going to view me now? Because I was a pastor in the church, you know, I was a leader to a lot of people from school, out of school and everything.
Kids.
And
He was the class president.
Kids growing up.
President.
And it's just like how his family go view me, all this and all that, and then, but once I started receiving calls, like Jasmine said, like my one of my childhood friends, Badell Harris, he said, "Lee, is it true?" I said, "Yeah, bro, it's true." He said, "Well, goddamn, about time." And he was like, "Well, just let me ask you a question. This is funny. Just let me ask you a question." He said, "Are you still my brother, or do I gotta call you my sister?"
I love it.
Exactly.
Ask me. Like, don't be like, oh,
Exactly.
I don't know. When you got that platform to ask me, ask the uncomfortable stuff.
Yeah.
So I can clear it up for you.
And a lot of my male friends who I grew up with, like, y'all know I chill with everybody. Whether they the thugs, the queers, everybody, you know. And a lot of the thug dudes who I had as friends, they never changed. They're like, "You still Brian? You still B? You still the same person?" And that's what I like to hear. Because you don't view me as my sexuality alone, but you still see me for who I actually am.
Exactly.
And that's what I love.
That's up for your big ass personality.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, like I said, we all know this damn sock hops.
Right.
Okay. We remember. So
We were there.
it literally does not take away from just you as a person. We were closer. I mean, I was closer with Ryan than you, so I know him a lot more. And just for anybody to come and be like, "Oh, I ain't gonna," cause he ain't got no crush on you.
Right. I feel like that's another assumption. I feel like that's another assumption too, that people
You
like
all the
straight
games,
men, or straight women will always feel like you like them, and like it's like no.
Well, that's just like, I used to hate when I would talk to people or even be in a relationship.
And if you think I
And
like
they
you,
would
so
be
are you saggy?
Yeah.
Because I'm good.
But people are always like, "Oh, you got all of these things that are girls." I'm a girl.
Right.
Right.
I grew up a girl. I'm gonna die a girl.
Literally have to go buy tampons.
Friends that, I literally had, like, that's always gonna be me. So it's like, why is that an issue?
I do have a question though. Pretty ignorant.
Okay, ask me.
Do studs pull out?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not sure why.
Thank you.
And I'm over here doing what the shenanigans.
I'm so glad I got to ask that.
So let me ask this question. How has your sexuality and your coming out affected your relationship with the church?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll have you know first 3 matches.
I ain't gonna say no name, no shame, no blames. But it affected.
Right, that was it right there.
I ain't gonna throw no shade, but here's a tree.
Let's get real breezy. It affected my relationship with the church a lot. And the thing that I had to come to the conclusion is my relationship is with God, not you. You know, I had to get man out of my system. I had to get the church out of my system because it was a time I became so churchy and so religious to where I had to literally like just break myself down and build myself back up. Like this is what it is. Because as a pastor or a leader of mine, I expect you to reach out, and especially if it's something like this, because if you think I'm going to hell, or if you think this or think that, then I need you to come see about it.
Right.
Because at the end of the
That's what
day,
you're supposed to do.
And guess what? You going to.
Right.
exactly. I need you to we can go flaw to flaw because everybody in the church ain't perfect.
And that's why I had posted that, I don't know if y'all saw, I posted like, all the abominations in the Bible because people only focus on gay people saying abominations. Like, cheating on your wife is an abomination. Being messy is an abomination. Making friends is an abomination. Going in between friends and you're like, so you know she said this. You're an abomination. Maybe you're right ahead.
It affects it negatively. Like the church and homosexuality do not mix at all. Because you got the old church mothers, the old deacons and everything, they look at you like, baby, you should be doing that.
And then the mother sitting up in the church and their husband that had 6 kids on them.
Wait a minute, daughter, the prostitute. The husband ain't even in the church.
Ain't even in the church. Listen.
Grandpa ain't even had me another thing.
Okay. I'll tell y'all why I don't know.
Okay. So, Jazz, how has your experience been with the relationship?
So my experience came out of nowhere. I was at a church that I had been singing at, joined, been there for 3 or 4 years. And when last year I had posted that I was in a relationship on Facebook, I had got a phone call from somebody who had heard something at the church and was kind of like, hey, I think you should know this because I love you and I hate what they about to do. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I get a phone call, another one, a couple days later. This was Labor Day, kind of last year, and got a phone call from a few pastors, and they were basically like, we're stepping you down because of what we've seen on Facebook. And so I'm just like,
So you're kicking me out of the church. So you're going to hell.
Like, so let's go through everybody else's, what they
Because what was
do
you before you became a pastor?
right.
You.
So, and especially
This
because
pisses me off.
And especially because I was at a church where it was portrayed to be inclusive.
Exactly.
You know? So after I got that call, and I thought, because like I said, I never went out of my way to be disrespectful to anybody. Like that comes a part of, you know, not like Brian said, like just being at the church, you just know stuff, you know. So I never went out of my way to take somebody to church, be hugged up on somebody, or, you know, wear a pride t-shirt. Like the closest thing you saw was my glasses, you know what I mean? But I wasn't going out of my way to do it, to express myself, and I wasn't going out of my way to hide it either.
Exactly.
So when they found out, like on social media, it was kind of like, oh, well, we're stepping you down from leadership because this ain't that. And so it took me back, and it's still even a thing that I'm still like, cause it's hard, you know what I mean, to be somewhere where you were loved, comfortable, you know what I mean, and then just for it to be done like that for something that was posted on, and it wasn't even a conversation of, is this true? It came off like we already know, and we
because of what we
the final say was already had before I got the phone call.
And the crazy thing about it is, like, just you as a person, you ain't never been no girly girl.
Yeah, never.
Like, what's your dress like today? What's your dress like in high school?
Tell the people, look at there.
She's dressed like she was dressed like in high school.
Tell the people.
You know, so what did you think before?
Yeah. So even after that, it was just kind of like, wow. So like I stopped going. Like I was going when it happened. Like I was still going. Like after a while, but then like I allowed myself to feel every emotion. I'm happy about it. I'm sad about it. I'm pissed off about it. I'm upset about it. I'm angry about it. Like literally everything, because it's like I had to decide if I was still gonna be a part of a place that didn't want me.
Right.
Because that's what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You you know, people from that church can say like, oh, well, we love you, but it's with conditions.
Yeah.
It's not unconditional. You want to give me the love of God, it's unconditional.
Exactly.
If you can't love me whole, it's like you love me until you found out I was gay.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is like, it's so sad because what conversation do you think, if you believe in the Bible and you believe that there's going to be a judgment day, what do you think when God runs down all of your doings? What do you think he's going to feel about that moment where you called up this girl and told her we kick you out of church because if you felt like I was a lost soul, you should have been doing what you thought.
You would move me a little closer.
Exactly.
And I don't think nowhere in the Bible where it says if a person is gay, you need to step them down. If it is, somebody take me to scripture and let me know.
And at the end of the day, if you want to talk about scripture, baby, it says that no sin is greater than the other.
Then the
Per.
Then the other.
Right.
The biggest per.
Yeah. So, but the thing that I love though is that once people found out, like, and I'm sure like a bunch of people still don't know, like, why I'm not even singing now. But a lot of people did reach out. Like a lot of people on their own, like publicly, like privately, like did reach out. They're like, oh my God, like we had no idea like that even happened to you. Like why you stopped singing? Because like I said, it was literally like I was there one Sunday and the next Sunday I was not singing no more. But I was still going.
Right.
So people were like, okay, well maybe, you know, she's just taking a few Sundays
You want me to still be in the church, but I can't get up and sing.
And also at the time, this is when two of my aunts passed last year, like a week from each other.
Wow.
So all of that's going on. I'm getting stepped down. Nobody even came to me to ask me about the family stuff.
Right.
It's just like, oh, you gay, well, bye.
Exactly.
Like we're not even worried about that. Like y'all missed the post I made about two of my aunts passing, but y'all seem to pick this one up about me being in a relationship with a female. And you're more concerned about that one than my mentality.
Exactly.
Than what I'm going through in my family life. So it's like, wow. But I was able to receive so much love on top of all of the hate that I had from that it was like, okay, cool. Like I choose not to go as frequently as I do. But when I do go, it's nothing but love when I walk in there.
Exactly.
But it's still like, man, why are you sitting in a pew? Like, so it's still like a constant thing. Yeah, so it's like, cause sometimes I still go and I still be sitting there like,
because you don't even
this ain't right. This ain't right. Why are you sitting in here still? Like, why are you sitting in here?
And that's why I feel like so many things in the Bible, because you know it was changed so many times, so many things was added to conform human beings to be a certain way under this religion. And it's just like, okay, even all the way down to scriptures about disobeying your parents and this. And as we come into ourselves, into adulthood, and we come into the more that you are honest with yourself, to me, the more blessings come to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, like the more that I accept this is me, this is how God made me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had one person tell me they didn't want to, I cuss or something. You need to learn how to do something. Like, girl, do you think the Lord would have put me here if He didn't want me to say a cuss word? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like you can't. That's not for you to decide. You know where this comes from. So I always feel like telling your truth and speaking out loud and being loud about it and bold and upfront. You know, it just allows blessings, because living the Bible, it don't really leave room for nothing. Because you have to focus on this life. So yes.
And I would just say watching y'all too, like I feel like y'all have tremendously been blessed. Like you've been doing your thing.
Exactly.
DJing and at the clubs and all that.
So to wrap it up, I would just like to ask, for anybody that is struggling with coming out and just being upfront and center about who they are, what advice would you like to give to them?
Don't be afraid to do it. There are more people out here that love you than hate you. And even if your immediate friends, your immediate family doesn't accept it, there are other, I've even had to read build my friends and my family.
Yeah.
Aside from my last name.
Yep. Ooh.
So don't feel like there's not another family out here that you can create and that will accept you for who you are.
Right.
Your family doesn't stop with your last name. Your family is who you pick up on the way and decide that they're going to be your family.
Right.
And I would have to say, be you to the max. There's only one you. There always going to be just one you, and can't nobody do you better than you.
Okay.
You know, because like it's so good. You can only express you the way you know how to express you. So if you're having trouble coming out or having trouble telling somebody to come out, just be sure. It's one thing that she posted.
Hit them up on social media.
For real.
For real. Like it's one thing that Chrissy MC posted on her status on Facebook. What it say? Be careful who you choose to tell your business to, because that listening ear can become a talking mouth.
Yeah.
And so just be careful who you choose to tell your business to, but don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid to do it. Because you limit yourself, you keep yourself in a closet, you keep yourself restricted, and don't nobody like feeling restricted.
Right.
It's okay to be free. It's okay to love who you love. Just be you.
Yes, I got a clap for that. Okay, so before we end, give the people the hottest spots for the LGBTQ community to get up in Kansas City.
The hottest spots, one thing y'all already know, Missy B's. Missy B's is the top gay club in Kansas City, Missouri. So y'all go ahead and hit it up. Another hot spot is Hamburger Mary's. There you can catch drag shows, singing competitions, good drinks at Missy's. You can also hit up Boogie's. That's over. They're actually all within the same block of each other, off of Main, Broadway, over there in downtown KC-Mo. You can also hit up. We have this club called G Spot. It's right on the corner, connected to Boulevard Nights on Southwest Boulevard. What else?
We're talking about truth. What's it called? Truth. Proof.
No, it's another section of the
Right, yeah.
So essentially, it's the same address as
Yeah.
it's a section of the club.
Up here go they sweet A and they sweet B.
And it opens at 10.
Like you can catch all types of things, especially in Missy B's. We got something every night. We got a Cantata Cabaret. I'm one of the singers there. Every Wednesday, every Thursday, we got a circus show. It's dope. Every Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11:30 to close. We got late night karaoke. Closing is 2:40, 3 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it literally be packed. Like between the times, 11:30 and close.
Baby, I'm sleeping about 10, but y'all go out. Y'all go out.
And my place of suggestion is everywhere, because everywhere I'm walking is a gay space for me to be in.
Period.
We thank y'all for joining us on the show. We love y'all.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. Happy Pride Month. Everybody out there. Hey.
Deuces.
That's not dancing.
Heart of the Dot is all about our black community, bringing the peace, positivity, and unity, giving our dot people love and opportunity, shedding good light with my girl Chrissy MC.
Head up, toes down, with your chest out, fist out, stand proud, it's the time now. Don't die down, we some soldiers, we gon' lie down. We ride now, heart of the dot, yeah, we out.
This the heart of the dot, we climbing to the top. This the heart of the dot, the #1 spot. This the heart of the dot, we climbing to the top, the #1 spot. Ayy. This the heart of the dot, we climbing to the top. This the heart of the dot, the #1 spot. This the heart of the dot, we climbing to the top, the #1 spot. Ayy. Chrissy, me, heart of the dot, ayy, ayy, ayy.